Hey, it's Devin, and welcome to Move Waste from Your Waist. This is one part of a four-part primetime health series from the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute. So let me just jump right in. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them as I go along or answer them after the presentation is complete. So a little bit about me. I am Devin Sims, your host for this workshop, and I have been working in public health for over 15 years. I'm a wife, I'm a mom to a cute little boy, and like you, I do a lot of things besides the home and work. So I volunteer with the Girl Scouts, I volunteer at my church, I volunteer with the city of Birmingham. And in addition to that, I'm passionate about living a healthy life and active lifestyle. And then in addition, I became a certified health coach through the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute. And basically, a coach is here to provide support, education, accountability, and to get you unstuck in your health journey, determine what the goal is for you, and to help you get unstuck if you get stuck. So moving right along, as promised, we'll cover today how waist size is an important indicator of overall health, the optimal waist size for you, how abdominal fat can be directly impact your health, and the primary cause of inflammation and how to reduce it. And then the importance of eating real food and the power of superfoods. And if you want more information or another way to work with me personally, then I'll share some information with you at the end. So until recently, even doctors thought that fat was just fat, that there was no difference between cheek fat and belly fat. But of course, they were wrong. So now we know that doctors and other health professionals now know that waist size is a very strong indicator of our overall health. So research shows that waist size is one of the most controllable risk factors of heart attacks. Men whose waist measures more than 40 inches are 12 times more likely to develop diabetes. And one study even found that women, for each 2-inch increase in their waist circumference, that was associated with a close to 13% increase in mortality. And that statistic was unfortunately even higher for men. So why is that? So waist size is very important because abdominal fat is not so innocent. It's metabolically hyperactive fat, which means it releases health-harming chemicals into the bloodstream, and that causes premature aging and increase the risk of many health problems. With premature aging comes health problems. So Dr. Sears and the coaches at Dr. Sears Wellness Institute often refer to a big belly as toxic waste. So the health-harming chemicals produced by belly fat do the opposite of what we want our bodies to do to maintain good health. So that toxic waste, WAIST, that raises the highs like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and high blood fats. It increases the risk of diabetes, heart attack, stroke. It increases the risk of itis illnesses, colitis, dermatitis, bronchitis, arthritis. It increases the risk of Alzheimer's. It increases the risk of cancer, especially breast and colon cancer. And it leads to depression and mood disorders, and go figure, it can result in poor sexual performance. How about that? So the size of our waist is more important than scale weight. Is anybody happy to hear that? So instead of getting on the scale, just notice what notch your belt is on or how your pants are fitting. So what size should our waist be? Well, here's a general rule. Women's waist circumference should be less than their hip circumference and less than 35 inches. Men's waist circumference should be no greater than their hip circumference and no more than 40 inches. So some homework tonight is to take your measurements and find out where you fall. So if you're like me, I didn't really know how to measure my waist till a few years ago, but it's simple. So place the measuring tape around your waist about 1 inch above the belly button, and this is where your natural waist is. And to measure your hips, move the tape measure down about 7 inches. This is generally around the fullest area in that region. So remember, being healthy doesn't mean being skinny. It means being at the optimal weight and having the right waist size for your personal body type. So what is your body type? Well, here are 4 different body types. So people who are bananas are genetically lean. Yams are bigger from top to bottom. Pears are generally thicker below the waist, and apples are more round in the middle. For women, even if you have an apple body shape, you should still aim to have a waist circumference that is less than 35 inches, but absolutely less than your hip circumference. A genetically lean body type like a banana are calorie burners, but this is not a license to indulge bananas. As we age, genetic influences on metabolism wanes. What does that mean? Well, quote unquote, those good genes may not last forever if you aren't proactive. It's common to hear, I married a banana, but I retired with an apple. And do you really want someone to say that about you? I don't think so. So here are a couple of interesting facts. A slight increase in body fat as we age is actually normal and may even prevent us from becoming frail. Also, it is important to know that when describing conditions like overweight or obese, doctors now may use the term pre-diabetic because of the huge correlation between excess belly fat and diabetes. So another reason to reduce your waist is the fact that the incidence of just about every disease you don't want to get is proportionate to how much you reduce your waist. Reduce your waist a little and your risk of illness goes down a little. If you reduce your waist a lot, well then what? Your risk of illness goes down a lot. So for example, if you reduce your waist by 20%, your chance of having a heart attack goes down by 20%. So what is the first step in improving our health, reducing our waist, and aging gracefully? And that is to understand what the biggest culprit is for that weight gain, for that pain, and for that disease. And that is inflammation. So that inflammation just basically means your immune system is on fire. So the flare-ups throughout the body, this disabling joints, causing stomach pain, heart attacks, and much more. Those are some things that can result from too much inflammation. So inflammation causes itis illnesses, some that we talked about before, but that include joint pain or arthritis, pain in the gut, gastritis, and all the other subcategories of gastritis, and heart disease or carditis. These are some of the most common illnesses associated with aging, yet they are the most preventable. So the primary cause of inflammation is a poor diet. So do you see a pattern here? Poor diet, inflammation, weight gain. That's also the primary cause of weight gain, right? And it can be a cyclical process. So of course, There are outlier situations where you are maybe on a certain medication, and you might say the medication caused the weight gain, right? But did you also have a poor diet that led to one of the many itis diseases that led you to need the medication? That may not be the case for everybody, but it is the case for a lot of people. So, and most of the time that's caused by the poor diet leading to the need for the medication that results in the weight gain. So poor diets often consist of processed foods, and our bodies store that processed food as sticky stuff, making our arteries all clogged up. And so that sticky stuff, that clogging agent is in our blood and it's around our tissues and in our tissues. And the body's immune system doesn't recognize this sticky stuff. So it tries to get rid of it by fighting it. So the fight is inflammation. And generally, where there is inflammation, there is also pain. So why do we get towards our middle age years and then are forced to address how we've been eating and living when it may not have affected us at all before? Well, the reason is simply because we age. And so why do we age? Well, first, our immune system, or that garbage disposal system, weakens. And then secondly, we've accumulated too much sticky stuff, too much garbage in our body to the point where our body just cannot handle it. So here's another way to look at it. The food we eat, the air we breathe, and the stress, especially unresolved stress we feel, causes the three shuns. So the shuns are biochemical byproducts of metabolism and exposure to elements, just like our cars rust and our fruit spoils. Well, they cause us to age. And so one of those shuns is oxidation, that oxygen burning process happening in our body. We've got all these oxidants attacking our body, and we don't have enough antioxidants or good vitamins and minerals to combat that. So that just creates more and more rust, aging. Inflammation, which is the chemical messengers preparing that wear and tear in the body. But when we've got too much of that garbage, our system cannot repair it as fast as the damage is happening. So that's that pain. And then glycation, which is basically that sludge that's accumulated in our bloodstream where there's too much circulating sugar. So to simplify this section, we will lump all these shuns or types of garbage together and call it sticky stuff. And this sticky stuff is the first cause of unhealthy aging. And when you're younger, your powerful immune system gets rid of most of this sticky stuff. But as we age, our immune system weakens and the sticky stuff builds up, and we have a weakened immune system, and that results in the unhealthy aging because our immune system can't get rid of basically that sticky stuff. So the point of, now that we are aware of this, now that we know what's happening in our bodies, once you're aware, we have to get to work on strengthening your immune system and keeping that sticky stuff out of your body, allowing you to live a healthy and active life while you're here and look the way you want to look. The way that makes you happiest, makes you feel the most confident. So the number one step in reducing inflammation is to reduce processed foods, because the primary cause of inflammation, unhealthy aging, and packing on abdominal fat are the foods that we eat. These foods, these processed foods, often contain ingredients that are pro-inflammatory, meaning they cause inflammation. They cause those inflammatory reactions in our body when we eat them. So we call foods that contain these ingredients old foods. And these are the foods we want to avoid. Just say no. So the most important information on the food package is the list of ingredients down at the bottom. And so here's a list of old foods that you want to look for in those ingredients and avoid at all costs. So that's high fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils, the trans fats, those numbers, red number 40, yellow number 5. Like, what is that? Flavor enhancers, especially MSG, can be dangerous, and artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and any chemical preservatives. Chemical preservatives are hard to get away from, particularly in processed foods. But that is another reason to just eat real food. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. And so another thing that you want to be doing is choosing high quality fats that come from things like wild caught fish and plants like olives, avocados, nuts, and seeds. All things that help to fight the inflammation going on in your body. And the first step of fighting that inflammation is to give yourself an oil change. So less healthy or old oils increase inflammation, so you want to eat less of them. But healthy oils or young oils are very effective, like I said earlier, in fighting inflammation. So giving yourself an oil change is definitely paramount if you want to reduce inflammation. So moving on to some more oil information. Here's a chart to help you know which oils are the young oils and which are the old oils. So on the left-hand side of this table are the young oils. So these are the ones we want to eat more of. And then most plant-based oils are healthy. However, some of those plant-based oils come from plants that are less healthy than others because they contain over a large percentage of it is saturated oils. So these oils are less healthy than young oils, but are okay once in a while. So that's in the middle. These are okay once in a while, but no, they're high in saturated fat, but mainly they're high in omega-6 fatty acids. And the general diet, we should get a 2-to-1 ratio of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, 2-to-1, but most of us get 16-to-1. So 16 omega-6 versus the 1 ratio of omega-3, and that is an inflammatory state, chronic inflammatory state. So some foods contain oils that are altered in a laboratory, and they have been genetically modified, and these oils are often called hydrogenated oils or trans fats. And these are oils we want to avoid because they are pro-inflammatory. They are oils that have been changed chemically. Their molecules look different from the natural oils, and our body does not know what to do with them. So when we eat more old oils and less young oils, it creates an imbalance in our bodies and causes inflammation. So what else should you eat? So we have learned, of course, the old foods and the young foods. And so Dr. Sears calls these 4 that I'm going to show you his 4 food groups. And these young foods are anti-inflammatory and aid us in heading off that inflammation. So the first one is seafood, especially cold water fish. And because they contain omega-3 oils, which are the most helpful anti-inflammatory foods you can eat. And people or groups of people who eat a lot of fish, especially cold water fish being their number 1 food, like people who live in Japan or Native Alaskans, they have very low rates of inflammatory disease. Salads and smoothies are natural anti-inflammatories because they are from plants. The antioxidants found in fruits and vegetables gives them their rich color and make them anti-inflammatory. So those antioxidants are basically anti-sticky stuff and natural medicines. And we should eat at least 9 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, Most people do not even get near that, and the majority of that 9 serving should be vegetables. So how many vegetables are you eating a day? And then lastly, spices. Spices contain high levels of antioxidants as well and have been shown to be immune boosting nutrients that our body needs. So if most of your diet consists of these anti-inflammatory foods, you will lower your risk of inflammation and all those things associated with inflammation, like the increased risk for a larger waist and then the increased risk for chronic disease. So eat the 4 S's is one of the additional steps to reducing the inflammation along with doing that oil change. And if you're ever in a pinch and you are like, what should I eat? You've got options and you're like, what should I eat? Well, just eat real food. Real foods are just that, foods that haven't been messed with by a food chemist. And the easiest way to be healthy is to just opt for real whole food. So real foods are what Mother Nature makes. They bypass the tinkering of a food chemist and are eaten very close to the way they grew on the farm or came out of the ocean. So eat pure, eat fresh is a mantra that you want to get in your head to have prime time health. So what does all this have to do with just eating real food? Real foods don't build up sticky stuff in your body, and fake processed foods do. So put sticky stuff in your mouth, you get sticky stuff in your tissues, your brain, your eyes, your heart, your lungs, your skin, your joints, your blood vessels, and we could go on and on. So which 2 organs do you think are the most affected by good or bad nutrition? Yep. So the brain and eyes are the organs most affected, for better or worse, by nutrition. And so the retina is part of the brain. So what's good for the brain is also good for the eyes. So we want to keep that in mind, because as we age, we don't want to just age. We don't want to just get old. We want to stay sharp. We want to stay independent. And so eating for our brain is critical to doing that. And these 2 organs, the brain and the eyes, are the best 2 reasons, like I said, to eat those primetime foods or to eat the 4 S's. So every one of the primetime foods, every one of the primetime foods have these nutritional perks. So they are real foods, free of chemical additives. They are nutrient dense, meaning they give you more bang for the nutritional buck. They give you good gut feelings, and they don't cause sticky stuff to build up in your bloodstream. Amen to that, right? Okay. So what kind of foods have all of these characteristics? Well, superfoods do. And there are a vast number of superfoods, but I'm just going to show you 16 of them because that's really all that should fit on this slide, but 16. But you can read those there. So if you've got quite a number of these superfoods already in your rotation, you're doing great. I would just say keep it up and add in some additional superfoods for variety. But these foods are ideal for prime timers, people who want to be and stay healthy for the long haul. And so this talk would not be complete without talking about moving. So of course, one way to reduce our toxic waistline is to move more. So the top goal of Primetime Health is to teach your body how to make its own internal medicine. Did you know your body could make its own internal medicine? Well, a Nobel Prize-winning discovery showed that movement is the best way to open your internal pharmacy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to release all the medicines you need at the right time and in the right dose. They are custom made just for you, and they are free. So does this guy look like his internal pharmacy is open? Well, where's your internal pharmacy? It's located inside your blood vessels. So this picture shows a blood vessel in a body without exercise. This person sits in front of the TV or computer and he eats lots of junk food. So notice how his blood is sticking together and there's a layer of sticky stuff blocking the glands or medicine bottles in the vessels. These glands are filled with magical juices from our body's own chemistry set. They keep us from getting sick and they make us sharp and strong. So when you're tempted to sit, imagine your blood vessels getting clogged and your internal pharmacy closing. Or would you rather be like this guy? He's putting the right fuel in his body. He's eating the fruits and the veggies and the fish, which don't allow the blood to stick together so it can flow better. And the better way to get the blood flowing is to move. So when we run, we dance, when we just move in general, the blood flows faster across these glands and opens the lids on the bottles, letting more medicine out. So the more we move, the more internal medicines our bodies naturally produce, which keeps us looking and feeling great. So when we are healthy, the lining of our blood vessels release chemical messengers called nitric oxide. Have you heard of nitric oxide? In just the right amount to regulate blood flow to the body. So it produces it sends out just the right amount. So nitric oxide is a natural vasodilator, which means it dilates the blood vessels. It also lowers blood pressure and increases blood flow to vital organs. When we exercise, nitric oxide is released. So we want to exercise to release that nitric oxide. So when we talk about exercising, it doesn't mean running a marathon. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that high intensity training, although all that is good, but it's not for everyone. So exercise just means to move. So what type of exercise should you do? You should do exercise that you will do, exercise that you enjoy. So think of movement as your daily medicine. Just like you would take a little bit of time to take a pill, take a few minutes out of your day and do something physical and fun. So if you're not used to exercising or it's been a while, start low, go slow. Don't overexert yourself because you're not going to want to do it again. So consciously choose to move instead of sit whenever you can, and definitely keep it safe. And above all, make it fun for yourself so you want to keep doing it. So when you are trying to decide whether or not you want to move for 20 minutes, because sometimes it's a hard choice, like I'd rather just sit here and veg out. But think about the difference between the lives of movers and the lives of sitters. And it's okay to relax every once in a while. I'm not saying don't relax. But movers have much less risk of getting Alzheimer's, improved vision and eye health, improved gum health, healthier skin, a stronger and healthier heart, good gut health, and good joint health as well. So you basically want to be able to say this. You want to say, yes, I exercise just 20 minutes a day. And hey, now nothing hurts and everything works. So it doesn't take, an hour on a treadmill. Just move 20 minutes every day and you'll be in good company. So as we wrap this up, let's do a little check for understanding. So What do you think number one is? Blank size is a very strong indicator of our overall health. Will that be waist size, right? Okay. So belly fat prevents your body's internal pharmacy from dispensing the right medicines. And health-harming chemicals from belly fat raise the highs and decrease the risk of disease. So Dr. Sears says that for optimal health, a man's waist should be less than, and I already popped it up there, but do you remember how many inches should a man's waist be? It should be less than 40 inches. And a woman's waist should be less than, you guessed it, 35 inches. So if I reduce my waist by 10%, my chance of having a heart attack goes down by how much? 10%. So if I reduce my waist by 50%, my chance of having a heart attack goes down by about, yeah, pretty easy, 50%. So this completes the Move Waste from Your Waist workshop. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got some information that you can use and that you can share with others. So there are 4 other workshops associated with this Primetime Health series, and that additional information I definitely will share with clients, and I might put small pieces of it in the Facebook group as well so you can benefit. So make sure you leave your comments down below or your questions so that I can answer them. And congratulations for sticking through to the end to the Move Waste from Your Waist workshop. So if you are fired up, if you are excited about continuing your health journey and getting some great results in getting your transformation, then I have an invitation for you. So if you're not interested in the invitation, if you don't want to hear the offer, now would be the time to close this live and take this free information and put it into action for yourself. So I'll let you get off the Facebook Live if you don't want to hear the offer to work with me personally and to get the results that you want. So what I'm offering for this weekend's promotion is the Super Nutrition Special, and actually it's for this month's promotion. It's the Super Nutrition Special. So we've been talking a lot about vegetables, the antioxidants, the rich antioxidants in vegetables, and how irreplaceable they are to a healthy diet, to a lean waistline, to helping our body combat that sticky stuff that leads to disease and inflammation. So if you are in a spot where you need to boost your immunity, you want to support your cardiovascular health, you want to fight those free radicals and that oxidation, that rust happening in your body, if you want to aid and improve your digestion, if you want to reduce that fat storage, increase your metabolism, enhance your energy, stabilize your mood and hormones, then this Super Nutrition Special might be right for you. So in this special, I'm including the Giving Greens and the Slender Rise drops. And this is a part of a weight loss package that was put together to allow people to get into the 8-week program easily. So the Giving Greens, why is this a part of the package? Well, as I said, most of us are not getting enough vegetables in our diet. And so we want to make sure we eat fresh vegetables. And we said frozen was okay too. We want to make sure we eat whole food. But in our culture, we are always stretched to the brink. We're busy. And so this particular product is great because it's a whole food veggie powdered drink mix, and it offers a nutrient-dense vegetable blend. It's got sprouted seeds in it, some enzymes, and a superfood formula to give you a lot of vital nutrients, antioxidants, and digestive power in just a little scoop. And so one serving is equivalent to, one scoop is equivalent to 2.5 servings of vegetables, and the recommendation is 2 scoops. So 2 scoops, that's 5 servings of vegetables. So this will definitely help when you're pushed for time, when you're traveling and you can't eat how you want to eat. This is a great addition to any weight loss journey. And then the 2 drops there are called Slenderix and Accelerate, and they are a part of the Slender Rise weight loss program. And they work together with eating real food, of course, and moving to support a quicker, healthier weight loss, including targeting that stubborn belly fat and reducing the odds of rebound weight gain. So Slenderix is a homeopathic formula, and it specifically targets that visceral fat, that fat that's laying right up under your skin that is so hard to remove from your waist. The Slenderix targets that, and it's an all-natural homeopathic product. And then Accelerate, it has a combination of vitamin B12, biotin, and some adaptogenic herbs to give you natural energy, because when we start to change our diet and lose weight, our energy levels might dip a little bit. So this helps to keep them high. It helps to stabilize moods with the adaptogenic herbs in it. And it increases our metabolism by controlling our appetite and increasing the calories burned. So you might say, oh, I'm already taking vitamin B12. But a lot of times what you buy in retail stores is not the activated vitamin B12 or the methylated vitamin B12. And if you're not taking vitamin B12 and it says methylated or methylcobalamin, then that means that it's not doing anything in your body. Your body is not absorbing it. So that is the Giving Greens Slenderized Weight Loss Pack. And this is just some pictures of some people who have used this product and gotten results with it. As you can see, I'm up here in the corner, but these are all people who went through the Slenderize program that will be available to you as well. So just the products go for $250. That's the Giving Greens and Slenderized Weight Loss Pack. That's $250 just for the Giving Greens and for the drops there. But because I'm really eager to help you, if you want to start on, finish, complete your health journey and getting to the optimal health and looking the way you want to look, I've decided to put together a package, because a lot of times what we're missing is the accountability piece. What we're missing are those supportive aspects that make sure we don't fail when we buy something and think we're going to use it. When we're missing the support to make it happen, then it's money that wasn't well spent. So in addition to the Giving Greens and the Slenderized Weight Loss Pack, I'm going to offer you 15% off, as well as access to the Slenderize Facebook group that has over 3,000 people in it who have gone through the program, who have gotten results, who are swapping recipes, who are supporting each other. And then in addition to that, I will give you access to the Slenderize cookbook. And this cookbook has over 40 clean eating recipes from contributors who have completed the Slenderize program and maintain their optimal weight. And in addition to that, to make sure that you don't fail, I am offering you 8 one-hour health coaching sessions. And this price is underpriced for sure, but I want to offer you that as well. So 8 one-hour health coaching sessions. And in addition to that, I will throw in another 1-hour pantry makeover session. So the pantry makeover session is just to make sure that you start off on the right foot so that you can meal plan and prep like a pro. So again, the health coaching sessions, I want to do those to keep you from spinning your wheels, from staying frustrated, from staying in that struggle mode. And we'll have those weekly private check-ins that will identify your goals, help you get clarity on areas where you might be a little foggy, and we will create a realistic action plan that makes it absolutely difficult for you to fail. And if you don't achieve your goals, it is because you don't want to. So that's a total value of $644. But because I don't want to make you pay that, I have arranged a special price. And what I'm going to do is offer you the chance to purchase the Giving Greens and Slenderized Weight Loss Pack at the 15% discount, and include those bonuses, the Slenderized Facebook group with over 3,000 people to give you support, the Slenderized cookbook, and the food list, throw that in too, and then the 8 one-hour coaching sessions, and then the additional 1-hour pantry makeover session. And so for this weekend and for this month, this limited time promotion is $217. So this expires on Monday, October 14th. This is my only promotion for this month, and I'm going to give you the special pricing of $217 for the products, in addition to all the bonuses you see here. So if you're interested in taking advantage of this, if you're interested in working with me to achieve your goals, to chart your path and achieve those goals, then go to bit.ly/green slim down. So that's a bit.ly link, set bit.ly/green slim down. bit.ly/green slim down to take advantage of this by October 14th. Of course, after October 14th, you can still use this link and make the purchase, but you'll only receive the product, the Giving Greens and the Slenderized Weight Loss Pack, for the retail price of $250. But I do want you to get the bonuses, the 15% off, the Facebook group, the cookbook, the food list, and basically the 9 sessions with me, so that we can make sure that you achieve your goals and we make it super, super, super hard for you not to achieve your goals. So again, thank you for listening to the Move Waste from Your Waist workshop, and for your participation in the challenge, your participation on this webinar. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me. When you do go to that link, what will happen is that you'll see the price discounted by 15%. And then you'll just go to the next page, fill out your information where you want your product sent. And once I get that message, then you will receive an email with your bonuses inside, and an email where we will arrange the schedule that works best for you for your sessions. So if you're in the Birmingham, Alabama area, then we can do those sessions in person. But if you're not, we can of course do those sessions online with something like Zoom, and it's just as effective. So again, many blessings to you on your health journey. The challenge is not over. I will be back tomorrow with an additional live to finish out the veggie challenge. But this is all for now. Have a great day.